a story that came out recently on Green Car Reports was that in 2019, the Prius was not Toyota's largest hybrid selling, which everybody thinks Prius when they think of hybrid. But surprisingly, the RAV4 Hybrid way outsold the Prius, and that's because America's taste for SUV type crossover vehicles instead of sedan hatchbacky vehicles. 2019, the RAV Hybrid sold 92,500, and the Prius only sold 69.7 thousand vehicles, which is sad for them. But the cool thing is, of all the RAVs, and simultaneously, the RAV4 is Toyota's best-selling vehicle. I mean, it's outselling everything, Camrys, Corollas, and over 20% of the RAVs are actually hybrids, which is great. So there's people who are probably going in to buy a regular RAV SUV, and the salesperson says, hey, why don't you get a hybrid? It's not that much more money, and you'll save money in gas, and you'll save the environment, and they're making the switch. So while it's sad to see the Prius sales dropping, the RAV hybrid uptick is great. We also have the Corolla hybrid, and I think if you want to use the phrase killer app, the RAV Prime coming out next summer, that's going to be gangbusters. I mean, half my customers come in and say, God, a 40-mile plug-in hybrid, that's going to do my day-to-day stuff, and yet I can go to the mountains on the weekend. Sign me up. So I think Toyota's going to sell a shit ton of those cars when it's real. So.
But it doesn't have 300 miles of range.
Yes, it does.
No, it has. Yes, I think.
Sarcastic drink moment.
Fuel.
Sarcastic drink moment.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Right.
Most people drive 40 miles a day or less. So the RAV will do their day-to-day stuff, the RAV Prime, and then when they want to drive cross country, they'll put gas in the tank. And hopefully after that, we'll see a pure RAV EV with, real 300-mile range one day.
For the third time.
Yes.
I'll be very interested to see what the MPG is after the plug-in time on that.
Yeah, well, I'm hoping. So I'm
working on current RAV hybrids, I think. So.
Yeah, and I am 100% serious and confident that at this time next year, that within 12 months there will be a RAV4 plug-in in my garage. My wife she absolutely loved the 2019 hybrid, RAV4 hybrid that I put out the review for. If you haven't watched the review yet, make sure and click the button, the eye that just popped up in the upper right corner. But she said, just like I said, I wasn't going to get rid of my 2014 Prius until I had something with a plug. And so I bought the Prime. And then she's looking to get from the sedan up to an SUV, but a small, a CUV. And she's going to get something with a plug. And it's going to be the RAV4 hybrid. But Russell, to answer your question, what's the MPG going to be when the battery depletes? I can tell you with the Prime, even though the battery technically depletes, that's the EV portion, it still has the full hybrid portion, and I'm still pulling 60, 65 miles per gallon. So if the RAV4 hybrid was giving me 45 to 50 miles per gallon with that big honk, are they saying like 12 kilowatt hours? With the big honking battery backing it up.
It's 17, I think.
It's 17.
It's big enough to get the maximum federal tax credit, where the Prime wasn't.
Yeah, it's that thing, even when the battery is off, or if you manually put it into hybrid mode, I'm confident that for the size of that vehicle, it's going to be 50, 60 miles per gallon in city.
I don't want to say I have inside information, but I have some inside information.
You're not very good at that, Russell.
Yeah, shit. I just totally blew that. Oh wait, I don't have an NDA. Woo. So it's from what I understand, Toyota is tuning the RAV plug-in towards the performance side.
Yeah, it's going to have a ton of horsepower and torque.
Yeah. which is why I don't know what.
I think they said it's going to be the second fastest 0 to 60 car in their family after the Supra.
Okay,
Wow.
then I take back everything I just said about
That's if you
Well,
press the
sport
Russell
mode.
button, but if you press the Tony button,
The
it will
Russell-
happen.
Yes.
Right. Press the Russell button. You go.
But again,
fast.
that's brilliant for them because they're going to get people who say, "Oh, I don't want a hybrid or a plug-in thing," and then the salesperson say, "Go drive it." And they'll go, "Holy shit, this thing hauls ass. I want it." So,
Right. Or you press the Tony button and you get 55 in a
Yeah.
SUV, which is great.
Right.
I predict. Let's come back a year from now. I predict they are going to sell buckets and buckets of those cars.
That's the cool thing about a software-controlled motor controller. You can have those different settings pretty easily. That's
And
awesome.
whoever reviews, if Tony or Russell, make sure you cover the sport and the eco mode buttons with Tony and Russell.
Yes, cover the buttons. Names. Have your faces. You push them.
Well,
That's funny.
I'm hoping to get one sometime soon. Not soon like next week, but soon.
One bad thing in Colorado, as of January 1st, the state EV rebate dropped from $5,000 to $4,000. So people who buy the RAV will get a nice Colorado rebate, but it will only be $4,000, where last year it was $5,000.
Well, still better than you get for the feds with a lot of manufacturers.
And that's why I bought a Prius Prime on December 24th last year.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Nice, Paul.
Cool.
Nice.
$1,000.
Plug-in hybrids are the gateway drug, so I'm
That's right.
happy to see a lot of them out there.
Yeah.